I want to bring it back to what we actually saw on the pitch. I thought the Lisandro Martinez-Harry Maguire partnership clearly needs work.
Yeah.
When the movement's all over the shop and they're crossing, sometimes it is hard to decide who to blame between the two of them, right? Because obviously, back fours work in unison, especially central defenders. So I don't want to pick out necessarily one or the other. Obviously, Maguire had a difficult season last year. But my obvious question is, if you have issues in the middle of the park, as they clearly had, why not play Lisandro Martinez in midfield, where he's played a big chunk of his career, where he's already familiar with the system?
Yeah.
Because playing center back for Ajax, and obviously he's done that too, but is very different than playing center back for Manchester United.
I think it might come down to that.
And you have Varane, right? I mean, he may have not been fully fit this weekend because the man's never fully fit, but, except for during the World Cup.
Yeah. When he matters the most.
I think we're looking at the wrong area. I think what will make a big difference to Man United's back four is a commanding goalkeeper. If they get a commanding goalkeeper in that can organise the back four...
Now De Gea has the problem too.
Yeah.
Well, part of the problem.
But one of the problems, because he never comes off his line, the defence drop deep, they invite more pressure, which means that the likes of Maguire and Martinez and Varane are constantly having to clear the lines and bombarded. He doesn't communicate very well. And we saw some of the footage of De Gea's distribution yesterday. It's awful. Now, imagine that Man United team with an Ederson or an Alisson Becker behind them. It would transform the defence and transform the team. But for whatever reason, whether De Gea's some sort of sacred cow or something, he'd never ever has the spotlight on him. Oh, he's the player of the year again. Because he has to make so many saves because the defence is sitting back so much. They need to address the goalkeeping situation.
I have to say I'm with Ogden on De Gea.
But
the fact that he's on 350,000 a week and had such a long-term contract, he was unsellable for so many. So they had to stick
and he still is. He still is unsellable, right?
Yeah. But I would hope that people at the club have realised, what we're talking about. And at some point wanted to change keepers, just could not,
I would assume, and again, maybe I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt here, that whatever issues you've highlighted with De Gea, and by the way, I think if you make a list of things United need to fix, I'm not sure De Gea is in the top 10.
I agree, but he's
a one. They said this is not something that we can fix. This is not something we can fix because he has this enormous contract and we simply cannot shift him, right?
True.
Don't give him a new one, that's the problem, because he'll have a good half a season. Oh, there you go, David De Gea.
I would like to see Lisandro Martinez in midfield at some point. The problem is you go to Brentford next weekend, which, you know what kind of game to expect.
Well, maybe Varane will be fit.
Then it's Liverpool at home. Yeah, but I think to integrate Lisandro Martinez in midfield in that team, I think you still need a bit of time to do it.
I'm sorry. Let's take a step back here, right? You're concerned about the amount of time it'll take him to integrate in midfield. But then I look at this and I say, who is United's best defender when everybody's fully fit? Varane, yeah? Best centre back?
I would think so.
Okay, don't make that stupid face. Come on.
When it was 4 years ago, but no, Varane wasn't great last season.
Okay.
He can't turn, honestly. He gets
who's a better centre back at United than Varane?
Exactly.
Okay, thank you.
All
all right. But we're trying to be helpful here. Not just they're all as bad as each other.
I'm trying to be honest.
You sound like the Vox Pop man in the street. You're talking about politicians. Okay, so if Varane is, when everybody's fit in your fantasy world, he is your best defender, right? Mm-hmm. I'm assuming for the time being, Maguire is your other centre back because you made him the club captain and you don't want to create a Maguire mess right now.
And then you can go back to left centre back as well, left side centre back, which is his best position. Really.
Exactly, right? So if this is the issue, why are you playing Lisandro Martinez, if you're trying to help him settle, in a position where if things go to plan, he won't be playing because Varane and Maguire are better?
It's like
this is the part I really do not understand.
Maybe he sees Lisandro as a starter at the back, him and Maguire, or him and Varane.
Maybe it becomes a modern day Daley Blind that's a guy that can play midfield and centre half, but isn't good enough in either position to be a starter. I mean, that is a problem. Talking about United's recruitment, would United be any worse if they'd signed Connor Cody from Wolves ahead of
Okay, let's stop pulling names out of hats here, okay? Connor Cody is not an option at this stage.
But I'm just saying that there are better defenders out there that could actually make them better.
But by the way, I mean, when Maguire and Lisandro Martinez crossed over, I was like, what is going on? Because I understand quickly, you need to work with each other to be a successful pair, but at every age group, you know, and whoever you can play with, you know that this can.
One of the two screwed up. They didn't both screw up. Okay,
but you can't at this level. You should know and be aware.
And I'd love to know which one did. And I'm sure Ten Hag has an idea. We touched upon Eriksson. I just want to go back to this, playing Eriksson through the middle in a formation. Did he really say Eriksson used to play center forward?
Yeah, a long time. No, he said a long time ago he played there.
Why? When he was playing for Middelfart?
No, I guess
at Ajax.
Maybe?
I don't remember him playing center forward at Ajax. Certainly.
No. That's what I didn't remember either. I have to be honest. But.
I mean, I also wonder. I mean, I assumed, and I was shocked by how far up the pitch he was playing too. He was playing as a center forward.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Like the 4-2-2, maybe you want to try that. Have Sancho and Rashford come from the outside. Fine. I thought that was odd. The thing which was really odd. Minute 89, you're losing 2-1, and you make a triple substitution. Can somebody explain this? I understand you're chasing the game, but why not make it, if you want to bring fresh legs on, why not do it 10 minutes earlier? Or was the goal, maybe, was he trying to do one of those coaching psychology thing? You guys are all part of the team. Garnacho, Malacia, who's the third guy? Elanga. Yeah. Yes, we're all in this together. You will experience this defeat if it comes, or you will turn.
Not.
Is this what he was doing?
Surely not.
Why?
It made no sense whatsoever. I was screaming at the television to make substitutions. I was like, what is going on here? For once you've got them a little bit under pressure, it's time to go and change things. And
I don't know, maybe it worked for Ajax against Den Bosch, I don't know, but it's not going to work in the Premier League.
Stop it with a Den Bosch. You're so unkind. Okay, let's end this. We praised Brighton a little bit. I don't want to get carried away because, I don't think Brighton played necessarily much different than the way they played last season, obviously.
When they win 4-0 against United, you mean, last season?
Well, no, I'm talking about most of last season. I'm talking about individual games. It was their first ever win at Old Trafford, I believe.
Ever, yeah.
My sister say they look really, really good. But is he that good, or was it a reflection of what was around him?
I don't know. I looked at that Brighton lineup, to be fair, at the start of the game. And
you're like, where's Bissouma?
No, I'm like, this is not very good. They're good players. Trossard is a good player. Welbeck is a decent player. They're gross, and this is not an amazing team.
And yet,
but whether it's United or they will have big results again, and they will finish 9th or 10th and have a really good season, I think, for what they have and for who they are. But he's still making. Good players played really, really well.
Go back to recruitment that we said at the beginning. I know he's now left Dan Ashworth at Newcastle, but the fact that Brighton have brought in and sold for good money Ben White, Cucurella and Bissouma, probably over 140 million pounds.
Yeah, something like that.
That's fantastic recruitment, for little investment for big return. And obviously United look at different players, they have to have a different standard, but it's all about being sensible and strategic and smart in the market. And Brighton have been and United still aren't.
All right. Despite your shirt, despite the negativity, let's all come up with one positive. There's a little exercise. Let's come up with one positive for United.
Okay.
On the day. About this one.
What? Yeah, I'll go first.
Go first, yeah. I can't wait.
No. I'm going to be serious. Okay, so I'm less concerned about when players miss finishes. So I'm going to say the fact that Rashford got on the end of 3 balls, screwed them all up. One of them was one where he was set up by Cristiano, whatever. I think that bodes well. I think to me that speaks of somebody who is trying, he's getting into more dangerous areas, and maybe Rashford can be a value added for United this season in a way he wasn't in the last 6 months of last year, or really all of last year. Okay, you got to come up with one too, and you can't mention Rashford.
I've got even 2 positive. The first one is you've hit rock bottom already, so the only way is up.
Oh, stop it!
And the other one is that this is good for my boy Martial, because they need him more than ever.
Those aren't real positives, you're being negative.
The positive is Martial coming back, which I think will boost the team.
Oh dear. So the positive is that United will have so few players at the World Cup that by the second half of the season starts to be absolutely flying, because they'll be so much fresher. Rashford, Sancho, people like that, Luke Shaw.
They might go to the World Cup.
Rashford and Sancho haven't got the World Cup.
You don't know yet.
Because they've got one. No.
You guys aren't taking this seriously. I'm not going to go and sink the guy after one game.
Go. Liverpool's the next home game. There's your positive.
There you go.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.